All right, so now that uh, Pacquiao's out the picture, it seems like in the next year or two, what up and coming stars are there? I mean, I kind of noticed in the undercard, uh, Rigondao, he seems like a pretty good fighter who has potential to become a star or something like that.
Right. I mean, for only having I mean, he's got a storied amateur background. Like, I think he's won 2 gold medals. Um, Very patient fighter, doesn't waste energy, very patient with his shots. When he shoots his shots, they're very accurate. I mean, he looks extremely seasoned. I mean, at this point already, I'd definitely put him in the top 5 pound for pound.
Who?
Rigger now.
Top 5 pound for
Oh
pound.
yeah, I definitely put him in the top 5.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not
Who has he
kidding.
faced? He hasn't faced anyone yet. Wait until he faces somebody, then you can put him in the pound for pound.
Well, who do you know in that weight division that you know?
Well,
The only
there's
other person in that is
Nonito
Donaire that you know. So it's like,
Nonito
so if
Donaire.
he beats Nonito Donaire, then you'll say he's facing
Well,
somebody.
okay. Well, then pound for pound is
Once he
you
starts
can't.
climbing the weight charts, like once he starts moving up in weight and dominating every class he's moved up into, then I could probably say he's pound for pound.
Well, who do you have in your top 3 pound for pound?
Top three, I'm gonna go Mayweather. I hate to say it, but the Klitschko's, and then I'm still saying Pacquiao.
Okay.
Well, out of all of those three are all out the door basically. So just looking at
But who do you
new
have
blood.
right now in your top? Who do you have top 2? Let's just say it that way. Who do you have top 2?
Pound,
for pound.
well, pound for pound, you have to put. I'd say Sergio Martinez has to be there.
Okay, and
Pacquiao was there for a long time, and he just lost, so he's not in there anymore. So it has to be Sergio Martinez and Mayweather. Those right now are the 2 top pound for pound. But again, these are old guys that are going to be on their way out in the next couple of years. So let's up and comers. Who do you got as a good up and comer? I got one in my head right now.
I like Rigondo. I like
Adrian Broner.
I like Adrian Broner.
That
I like
guy.
A lot. He's very similar to Mayweather in his style.
He is fast and with power, and I
yeah.
think that is going to be your next superstar within the next year and a half. When you YouTube this video, I called it first. That man right there, with his combing his hair or whatever, because he has the persona.
He does that Mayweather style.
He has the persona to be a superstar, and he's got the skills. That's gonna be my pick for your next guy coming up.
I'll co-sign that. I'll co-sign that. I'll go with Bronner. He definitely has the skills and the talent and the charisma.
Yeah, the mystique.
But you know what? Once again, Broner is a good fighter, so I don't want this to get twisted in any way. But he's not gifted, and I still don't see a gifted fighter coming up yet. I mean,
Not even Canelo.
no, Canelo's not gifted at all. Are you kidding me?
No, I know. I agree. I think Canelo would lose to Chavez Jr.
No.
any day of the week.
Like I said
about
before,
Currently.
Gamboa, he seems pretty gifted.
No,
He didn't want to face
Look, like I
Brandon Rios, and Brandon Rios is a junior Vargas.
like I said before, you have a C-class fighter, you have a B-class, you have an A-class who are champions. Like, you could say Canelo, I guess. You could say, I mean, anyone right now who's got a championship belt. You could almost put them in the A-class, so long as they've actually defended the title for 2 or 3 fights. A gifted fighter comes by once in a generation, and there's no gifted fighter on the horizon. None. The only gifted fighter who's actually around right now is Mayweather, and that's it. Once again, my opinion, but
Bronner, I would say he's a bit gifted. I mean, I've only seen a few of his fights, but a lot of his skills, a lot of the stuff he does doesn't seem like it seems like it just comes natural. It doesn't seem like
Right.
it's so skilled or like practiced.
Right.
Think about it.
Right, it's just so natural. So
Ta-
I would say
Reaction.
I would say he's a gifted fighter.
Time will tell if he's gifted. That's the one thing about time. It will reveal who's gifted and who's not. And you know, we'll see then. Only thing I don't like about Broner is like he patterns himself a little bit too much after Mayweather, even following the actual traits of his actual gestures and everything else. Which I think the one thing I liked about Mayweather is he always said, I wanted to be the first Mayweather. I never wanted to be like anyone else. Which, you know, when you become a star, you have to be yourself. You cannot be a star by emulating someone else. You have to be the first you, and then you become a star.
Okay, well, those are our picks for up and comers. Did you
Right.
have a pick? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You
I
co-signed
just-
on Broner.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see Broner as a definite strong
And you also
up-and-comer,
co-signed
and
that.
Broner,
Rigondeaux-
Rigondeaux.
Knuckle or Buckle, we agree on those.
Yeah.
And Rigondeaux's pretty good too, but not pound for pound. Yeah.
Canelo, I'm gonna say Canelo's another star. He's of course.
Do you see Canelo beating Chavez Jr.?
I do, and I think he does it easily. Chavez Jr. just comes in
Nope.
with his head forward and has zero defense, and Canelo is the total opposite. He's more relaxed. He has amazing defense and offense.
I
And
think
he would put Chavez out.
I think Chavez Jr. takes out Canelo.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but I think I'd go for Chavez Jr. too.
Really?
So
Wow.
yeah, I think I would. But you know, it's getting late, so we did want to end by saying our best well wishes towards Paul Williams.
It's really unfortunate.
You know, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Get well. And definitely a shout out to Johnny Tapia, RIP. And anyone else who's brought us boxing pleasure over the years, we thank you and we appreciate everything you do. Because going out there in that ring for us is dangerous, and we definitely appreciate it.
All right, so before we wrap up, I just want to ask you guys what future fight that's already signed do you look forward watching within this next couple months?
There's not too many fights out right now that I could think of from the top of my head, but I'm gonna say
Amir Khan
Victor
fight is
Ortiz
coming up.
With who?
Lee? No, yeah, I think.
and
Amir Khan-
Chavez Lee.
yeah,
Amir Khan is fighting.
Chavez and Andy Lee. That seems
Yeah.
like a pretty good one.
Is Canelo and Zab Judah signed yet?
Oh, I didn't even know that was happening. I thought Zab Judah was fighting Marquez.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Marquez and Zab Judah.
Right.
That's right. I think that's going to be a really interesting fight.
It should be interesting.
Zab Judah is he's just one of those guys where it's like he had all the tools to be a great fighter, almost even a gifted fighter, but he was lacking the mental capacity of just being able to hold it together mentally. And because he's been weak mentally, he's failed every time he's had a top fight. That guy should have been a lot greater than he's ended up
That guy
being.
should have beat Mayweather when they fought.
Yeah, I mean, when he fought Mayweather, he was literally winning those first rounds, and he had Mayweather befuddled. It's just amazing that
His career has
his
been such a
career has
roller
been
coaster.
such a roller coaster, and that he's just, and it's just based on his mental fortitude. If he was stronger mentally, that guy would be one of the greats. But that's life. I mean, it's tough having all the attributes to be a gifted or to be a great fighter.
And Knuckle or Buckle just wants to say shame on you to Peterson, and shame on you to Berto for taking PEDs and getting
Wow.
caught.
Wow. Well, look, the PED thing is a strange thing. I'm not defending people who are on PEDs. If you're cheating and you know you're cheating, you know, with Berto they said it was a case of it was traces of something, and
Well, they said he
that-
was taking it to rehabilitate his torn bicep.
Right, and they said like what he had
And
was
then-
trace. So it's I don't want to come out accusing people unless I know the full story. I think, however, if you're a fighter, you should try. You should be a clean fighter. I mean, I personally want to see clean fights. I don't want to see people winning if they're going to be winning based upon cheating. So I'm a huge advocate of having strict testing. Whether it's USADA or VADA, I don't care. I just want to see every fighter getting tested, and I'm a huge advocate of it.
David?
I agree. I mean, every fighter should fight clean and just stay away from any enhancements and keep the sport clean.
Right.
All right, that sounds good. So thanks for tuning in to Knuckle or Buckle Us. Keep an eye out for our next episodes coming up shortly, usually after a major fight like this.
Nah, we won't take this long. We took like almost 6 months, so November was the last one, but we'll try and do one maybe at least once. We should try at least once a week.
Yeah, and if you're only clicking on this part 3, check out part 1 and part 2.
Yep.
Signing off.